Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to my channel. This is Sagittarius Yogini, and this is a reading for August 2024, a general tarot reading. I will be doing weekly Tarotscopes, so stay tuned if you're interested in that. But today, this is for the month overview because I thought this would be a good introduction to how I do things. This is just going to be a simple 5-card spread. Okay, and the way I have everything positioned is a little awkward. I've been trying to, I'm always constantly readjusting this thing, and oh well, if it can get like most of it in frame, that's good enough for me. The heart of the matter is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is a card of, well, first of all, cups is your element of water. Water is emotional. Pages can be messages, sometimes, or communication of some sort. And also the early stages of something. So yes, this could be the early stages of a love that is kind of blossoming, but of course, in those early stages, there's still the unknown factor. And Cancer is a rather reticent sign. Cancer is a very interesting sign. You're a cardinal sign, but you're a water sign. So sometimes you're aggressive emotionally, and sometimes you're kind of overly cautious because you don't want to be hurt. And if you see inside that cup, there's a fish, because this card, I believe, is connected to Pisces in particular, of all the water signs. And sometimes this card can indicate gullibility or the potential to be deceived. I personally feel that a lot of times gullibility is actually choosing not to see the signs of something. Yes, there are people that might, be too trusting. That's what this can be. And but even in those cases, I don't think it's due to not being intelligent or wise enough. I believe it's because the person wants something to be what it is not, and so they kind of live in la la land, right? So anyway, all of those things may be or one of those scenarios that I presented may be happening. Maybe you are learning how to trust again. You have met somebody that you are interested in, but it's kind of like the tentative. It's in those early stages. This is also a card of a child, so that might be your focal point in some cases for August. In the past position, we have the 10 of Wands. And this, you can just see, if you don't know anything about the tarot, that this person is hunched over, carrying this load that is too heavy for her. This is a card where it could indicate that you are working very hard because you're experiencing success career-wise. But it does require caution that you don't push it too far. In love, I often think of this card as the card of codependency, of the person who is trying to keep a relationship afloat by the sweat of their brow. They're not really, the other person isn't as invested, and therefore it's like an uphill battle in a sense. And I do think that Cancer people can easily get into this type of situation. So the Page of Cups can be feeling like a fool that you have done this. But here's the trick. is to say to yourself, why did I take it upon myself to do all this work and not to expect a mutual situation? Because really, when you look at it that way, you'll see what is more the truth of the situation. What's coming in is the Nine of Wands. You can see that wary expression on that person's face. This is a card of boundaries. You may put up a wall if one of the, I'm trying to think, this is the thing that may be with relationships, because we just had a blue moon in Capricorn. So we've had 2 of them in a row. Capricorn is your opposite sign. And so this fell in your 7th house of committed partnership. So some of you may have experienced a realization that you had been giving too much of yourself, or you may have that may have been the first thing that came to you, is like, why did I, exert all this effort? Because a secret may have come out about your relationship, and now you're kind of on high alert, and now you may feel like you are going to set boundaries, and that is extremely important. Whatever is going on, if there's something going on in a relationship, it doesn't mean that that relationship is completely over with. I mean, obviously it depends on the situation. So what crosses you is the Chariot card. The Chariot card is actually connected to Cancer, and you see those, I almost dare not say sphinxes. I don't know how to say that. One is black and one is white, and in other decks they'll use horses and things like that. The whole point is about duality, that life is about contrast. And whatever we're trying to accomplish in life, we don't always get like an easy road while we're trying to accomplish a goal. Sometimes we do have distractions. And part of the reason that we get sucked into things is that one thing that we deem as good and one thing we deem as bad. And yet, that's not necessarily true. If we can look at life in a non-dualistic way, that's kind of like what the Buddhists teach, then we're not getting swayed by the things that seem good and discouraged by the things that seem bad. So with Cancer especially, it's funny that she's got those moons on her lapel. That's kind of probably a little wink at your ruler, the moon. And so when we think of Cancer being a water sign, I think this comes up for you a lot emotionally, where your emotions can cause you to maybe even change course sometimes. And they're very changeable because your ruler is the moon, and it represents fluctuation. The moon always is shifting its phases and things like that. So it's very important to, whatever this situation represents, whatever it represents to you, and this could be with your career, that you've been asked to work so long and hard, and you realize that it was almost like being taken advantage of. But what Cancer people can sometimes do is then fall into the martyr complex of like, oh, no, and then go into that whole long thing of nobody loves me. I'm always getting taken advantage of. I'm always working so hard with so little acknowledgement. And that just, what that does is it just sets up self-pity, the cascade of negative emotions. So what you can do is there's a, I don't know if this is a Buddhist term. I'm not a Buddhist, but the term is being dispassionate. Doesn't mean being heartless and not caring, but you're not focused on any one thing. You're kind of like detaching from the situation at hand or the world at large, and doing your thing, doing whatever, putting your foot in front of you, whatever you need to do in that moment. And the outcome is the Four of Wands. This is very good for domestic bliss. So if this is connected to your relationship, there may be something where you need to stop reacting to everything, and that will improve your relationship. If this is a new relationship, it's like keeping your eyes on the prize. What are you looking for in a relationship? The Four of Wands is a happy home. That's the ultimate thing. So if you're dating someone and you feel like they're putting you through so much, and it's like maybe it's scattering your energies, or it's like kind of triggering you emotionally, you have to ask yourself, what is the end game here? If you want this person as a partner, are you going to enjoy going home to this person every night? Because that's really what the end game is. And if this is somebody who already in an early stage, because that's what pages are, is creating this sense of like an uphill battle, or if you have memories of a past relationship, don't allow them to poison a fledgling, like a new emerging relationship. Okay, Cancer, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated, and if you would like a private reading, I'm offering Tarotscopes. You can choose a focal point, or I can just do an open reading, and I bring up your natal chart plus do a filmed tarot reading, and it is $48 for at least 40 minutes in length. You might have to contact me via email because YouTube isn't allowing my link just yet for the circumstances that I'm choosing. So my email address is metaphysicalmidwife@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.